Welcome to the Nevis newscast for Wednesday, November 2nd, 2022. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. The Nevis Electricity Company Limited NEVLEC, in conjunction with the Nevis Island Administration NIA, has proposed the development of a 10-megawatt geothermal plant in Hamilton Estate, Nevis. Initial approvals have been granted and an environmental and social impact assessment, ESIA, was carried out. The results of the said ESIA is now published for review and comments by the public from October 28th to November 28th, 2022 via the Caribbean Development Bank's website www.caribank.org, NEVLEC's website www.nevlec.com, the NIA's web portal www.nia.gov.kn, and the Department of Physical Planning on Main Street, Charlestown, Nevis. Comments can be forwarded to the Director of the Department of Physical Planning on or before November 28, 2022. Minister the Honourable Spencer Brand recently gave an update on the Nevis Island Administration's plans to establish a Bureau of Standards on the island. A Bureau of Standards facilitates the development of standards and other requirements to which particular commodities, services, practices and processes must comply.
And we feel that on the island of Nevis we are utilizing certain food products and certain fish and meat products, Mr. President, without them being properly tested. And we have had from the U.S. South Command a visit on the 25th of May 2022 to do a number of things, Mr. President. One, to select an appropriate site for the construction of this Bureau of Standard, and to finally design and produce the necessary plans to construct this building, Mr. President. This, again, is another thrust on the island of Nevis to ensure that we provide for the people of Nevis the necessary safety in our food products, our fish products, and our meat products, Mr. President. And I believe that when this Bureau of Standard would have been completed on the island of Nevis, that things like our water, our bottled water, our various processed product, Mr. President, all can be tested and all can be given the necessary stamp of approval.
Minister Brand was at the time making a statement as a minister in the NIA during the October 18th Nevis Island Assembly sit-in. In an effort to bridge the generational gap between the island's youth and older persons, the Department of Social Services Senior Citizens Division, in collaboration with the Gingerland Secondary School, recently hosted a panel discussion on the topic, "Older Persons Deserve Our Respect and Attention." The discussion featured 6 panelists. Presenting the topic from a young person's perspective were Gingerland Secondary School representatives Kijari Huggins and Alone Carty Freeman.
Who are the elderly? According to society, these are people who are 65 years and older, who would have paved the way for us, the younger generation. Respect is the last anchor they have in their advanced life, and we owe it to them not to deprive them of this hope as well. It is not only important to care and look after their needs, but also give them that place in our hearts and lives that makes them feel important. I have had my personal interactions with the elderly, and I can tell you it has been a learning experience. I am not disputing the fact that sometimes they can be quite a challenge to deal with, but we love them and they deserve our utmost respect and attention nonetheless.
Sharing their thoughts on the topic from an older person's point of view were Senior Citizens Division representatives Ashton Farrell, Linda Powell, Irene Clark, and Carmen Phillip.
So how can we pay special attention to our older persons? As children, we are to be aware of the special needs of our parents and grandparents. The basic needs are food and shelter. We are expected to care for our older people who are having a challenge. Never let them feel like they are a burden. Sometimes it seems that we have all become so busy that we can hardly find enough hours in the day to do what we want, so we neglect our elders. When that starts to happen, we are in a very dangerous point in life, where we are teaching the generation following it's really not important to respect and pay attention to older persons. And guess who is going to reap what they have sown? We, the parents, who have not been diligent in caring for our elders.
The panel discussion held on Tuesday, 25th October at the Cotton Ground Community Center was moderated by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development, Keith Glasgow. The Department of Youth is now accepting nominations for its Youth Impact 12 Award in the area of volunteerism. The deadline for nominations in the area of volunteerism is Friday, November 25th, 2022. The criteria for this category are youth who demonstrate initiative, leadership, and creativity in his or her service to others, youth who serve as a role model for others in his or her community, and youth who inspire others to volunteer. To nominate a young person for the award, visit the Department of Youth, which is located on the second floor of the Reliable Motors Complex, to collect, complete, and submit a nomination form. On Friday, October 28th, teachers and auxiliary staff from schools around the island were invited to the first hosting of the Ministry of Education's Kaleidoscopic Recess. The event, which was held at the Malcolm Gishad Recreational Park, consisted of an array of activities, including games and giveaways, with the featured activity being a fashion show dubbed Bed, Bath and Beyond. Junior Minister of Education, the Honorable Troy Liburd, described the event as a token of appreciation to the island's education workers and expressed gratitude for their dedication to nurturing the island's young minds.
It's a Good Friday. I know all of us have been out. We're out on a little break today, Friday, and then on Monday. It feels good to be out. I know that our teachers, you have a lot of pressure day in, day out. Your weekends are not yours, your nights are not yours. So this is a little token of our appreciation from the Ministry and Department of Education. We have a little bit of food and drink for everybody, and I understand that there is a great show to come. So I'm going to be down there in the crowd watching the show. I'm looking forward. Every day somebody calls me or comes to me and tell me that it's going to be a really, really good show. So I'm looking forward to it.
Diane Hobson of the Charlestown Secondary School emerged as winner of the Bed, Bath and Beyond fashion show for a piece modeled by Ivania Thibault. Second place went to Coral Clark of the Montessori Academy, and third place went to Mavis Paris of the Charlestown Secondary School. Prizes were also awarded to the best dressed male and female, and the best male and female dancers, and for the best hairstyle. And that's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.